Alright guys, how's it going? So we wanted to keep things nice and chill this week. So we're just gonna have a discussion about like our favorite peripherals or add-ons for old consoles and old like consoles, handhelds, whatever, but like gaming systems. Like for example, here I'll start us off. I remember the PlayStation 1, the small version, the PS1, the tiny one that you could carry in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they had released at some point an attachment that you could screw to the back, and it was an LED, not LED. There was no LED at that, but it was a little LCD screen with speakers and like volume up and down and mute and everything.
I remember that.
That you could plug to the back of your console, and then you could play on the go PS1.
Nice.
That's amazing. Well, that was amazing for those who I never had it, but
I never had it either. I always wanted one, but I never ended up getting one.
Kind of reminds me of that guy that grabbed a Nintendo 64 and he retrofitted it inside a Wii U controller.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was
yes. That's really freaking cool.
That's pretty cool.
What else? Like, you remember like, okay, I think the thing that had the most gadgets was like the original Game Boy or like the Game Boy Color.
I actually had a Game Boy Color. I remember when my dad got it to me back in the 90s. He was traveling across the world on a tour and he brought me a Game Boy. The Game Boy transparent one, the purple one.
The purple transparent
that you could see inside. And he brought it.
I have that.
And he brought it with the Game Gear. Like the entire attachment that you could just put around it. So you had the additional speakers, you had the little light on the top because playing that shit on the dark.
You couldn't play it in the dark.
It wasn't possible.
CRT screen. Well, like not CRT, but like whatever that is.
I was just gonna say my one of my favorite attachments was the light attachment for the Game Boy.
Springy light?
No, it was
the one that
attachment
you'd plug and it would shine light
from the sides or from the top. It was awesome because if you were a kid and you wanted to play your Game Boy at night, it was impossible.
Always.
You're basically your
flashlight.
No, not well. If you didn't have a flashlight, basically, if you were in the car in the back seat, this is my experience, is you would have to wait until you passed the light lamps. You know,
you were playing with the lights on the street. You'd be like,
That was pretty much.
And like you'd be like this against the window so that you could maybe get a bit of moonlight in, you know?
Kind of thing, exactly.
Because the old Game Boy, the screen was not illuminated. It was just black pixels.
Yeah, there was no backlight.
Images, exactly. Yeah, it was just like colored pixels on a screen.
And then the Game Gear took like a power plant to power because it was like 6 AAA batteries, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Or no, 6 AA batteries actually.
It was a huge thing. It also came with like with a magnifying glass on top.
Yes, it was like the original 3DS XL.
Yeah, you could put it that way.
It was the XL version. You just put this freaking magnifying glass. Dude, Nintendo knew how to make like peripherals and stupid gear for their stuff.
But it begs the question, like why didn't they just like kind of include maybe or to conceptualize this stuff prior to it coming out? Because you would think, right, if you're gonna play something on the go, it's gonna be played at night at some point.
At that point, we didn't have the technology yet.
Because I know
for a light.
It's kind of the same as DLC.
No, but I mean that's what was the first Game Boy that had the light in it? It was the Game Boy Advance.
The DS.
No.
Before
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance.
Was it the Advance or was it the Advance SP?
Oh, you're going back in time.
I think it was the Advance SP that had the actual backlight, and you could turn it on or off.
Could be.
We'll check it out.
All I remember is they had backlit. Basically, they put a backlight behind the screen, and it lit the pixels. That's all it was, right? Remember Golden Sun? My God, what a fantastic game!
All I had was Pokemon Yellow. Third world country, man.
Yo, Pokemon Yellow was the shit though. Was Pikachu following you around?
Everybody felt like you were literally
the only stupid ass Pokemon game where one of the Pokemons has an actual voice.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Yeah.
That's the only one. You'd take him out, and he was a terrible Pokemon. But like you take him out and be like Pika, and you're like, yes, I am Ash Ketchum.
And not even in the other Pokemons when you catch a Pikachu they do Pika Pika. They have like a small screech and that's it.
What else was really cool peripherals and stuff?
What about the Super Nintendo scope? Didn't the Super Nintendo have like a really huge ass rifle?
Almost like a bazooka, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was the
bazooka.
It was the Super Scope.
The super scope, but like it was just a giant bazooka.
And it came with that game. Basically, had like a bunch of little games included.
Yeah.
No. Imagine with the Super Scope.
Wait, which one?
Duck Hunt.
He said Duck Hunt.
Right, duck
Was
hunt.
there like a Terminator
It's just
game?
Just explode the duck as you're.
It's like duck bake. You know what I mean? It's just like wipe out the entire.
They had a
screen.
missile. They had the one with the missiles or the planes. Basically, you have to like shoot at. You have to
Take
shoot
down
ahead, and then there was a distance factor, right? Because it would go further depending on how far.
Wasn't there like a Terminator game with that?
Probably.
I think so. Remember Mario Paint?
Right, with the
mouse.
Little
mouse.
mouse pad, and you
Yeah.
can paint on your SNES.
I actually remember that. I had
Yeah.
a friend who had that. I didn't have it
Yeah,
personally.
my cousin. Mine and my cousins had that.
The fly one.
Yeah, with the stupid fly swatter.
That is so
But
great.
what else was there? I really liked, like my entire life, I wanted a Super Game Boy.
I had the Super Game Boy.
The Super Game Boy
You
was
plugged
a little
into your
cartridge you'd
SNES?
stick, and then you'd put the Game Boy cartridge in. And I remember when I got the N64. Okay, I never had an SNES as a kid. I had an NES, and then I jumped straight to N64.
Oh, you missed
Because
that.
my parents never got me an SNES, and they had so many games on the NES, and the NES was still fantastic.
So many games.
Finally, we got an N64. Oh my god. So I started doing research. This was at the dawn of the internet, right? So I started doing research and looking for stuff, and I found out that there was a thing that you could plug underneath the controller of the N64 that you could put Game Boy games into. And I assumed that this allowed you to play the Game Boy games on the console.
Oh,
I was wrong.
The transfer pack, right?
The transfer
I
pack.
actually had that for Pokemon Stadium, so you could transfer
That's
your
exactly
Pokemon
it.
from game.
So I got my mom. I didn't understand why it wasn't working. I tried all my Game Boy games, all the Pokemon games. It wasn't working. But the internet was saying that Pokemon was supposed to work on it. So I got upset, and then my mom got angry at the person at Zellers, because Zellers was a thing. Wow.
Well, that wasn't that long ago.
It's like talking about.
Well, back then it was.
It was 2 years
That's
ago.
like saying I rented at Blockbuster.
This is before EB Games was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was only Zellers. You could wanted to get your games, you'd go to Zellers.
Yeah.
That's the only place. The only place there was for it was Zellers. So anyway, so we went to Zellers, and my mom got upset at the woman and everything, and then turns out that I was the one who was wrong. So they didn't want to return. They didn't want to take the return. Okay, or no, we exchanged it, and then that one didn't work either. So then I realized that I was the one who was wrong, and I shut my mouth about it. Then I did a little bit more research, and I was like, oh, Pokemon Stadium. Okay, should probably get that then, huh? So then I ended up getting Pokemon Stadium. But yeah, that was. So what? Later on in life, I ended up buying an SNES, and I bought the Super Game Boy.
And there you go.
So
you
now
really-
I own both.
Yeah, but didn't the Nintendo 64 have like a crap ton lot of add-ons that you could have? There was the Rumble pack.
Yeah.
There was the expansion pack.
Yep. But the only problem with that was that you could only have one or the other put in. So if you you would either be able to save your game, or you would have Rumble in your.
Well, the expansion pack was for certain games that needed the expansion pack to work. But there was like, you could say like a 1.5 version of the Nintendo 64
Yeah, but the
that
expansion
came with it.
the expansion pack was just RAM.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then did it have it?
It was
included?
additional RAM.
Yeah, but it was included directly into the console.
Yeah, you would pop out. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, you should go check out some more right over here. If you like the cap I'm wearing, or you want to see what other TMS swag you can pick up, you should check out Manson's clothing down below. And last but not least, if you like free games, because everybody does, you should check out Gamers Giveaway down below, and they give a free game away every single week, so check that out. Thanks for watching again, and have a great one, guys.